The criminal is whoever chose that upholstery. Not exactly literature, but you can't convict someone for that. Something tells me these people aren't going to be seeing their money. I could be wrong. Sorry, mate. Doesn't look like evidence. Doesn't look like evidence. I don't think so, mate. Keep shooting.
You're doing well, partner, but we need more evidence. I saw some shoes by the couch, and make sure you check the places people may have sat. You never know what's been left behind. That rope's getting real familiar. This is a bad situation. We need to know whether Harry's been here, better yet where he's gone. If I were you, I'd check that couch, then get the shots down to the van. I'm heading back to the mansion. Someone's got to tell the family. They were celebrating. Must have been some party. That bottle looks like it could be the weapon. Something close to hand, definitely not premeditated. Coroner will want to know for sure before he issues a report. Maybe you can get him off my back. They tell you at the academy not just to look for what shouldn't be in the crime scene, but also what should. Champagne always has a cork, so it should be nearby. Maybe it's got a story to tell. Prussic acid. I'll get Pete to have a look. And that pollen's interesting too. Maybe we can trace it. This doesn't make sense. Claire's prints on this bottle. But if she had been lying to us, I'd know. I'm going to talk to her.
Larson hasn't got any money. It's all in trust for the children. I thought you knew that.
Damn it! Larson doesn't have a cent. Every dollar's in a trust for the kids. I can't believe we missed that. Always find out where the money's coming from. Always. And she's not lying. Somehow her print got on that bottle and she doesn't know how. Keep searching here. We're on the cusp. I can feel it.
Yep. It's pizza.
Harry's been here. Okay. But where's he gone? It's the same tape, the one he used to muzzle the kids. Good work, partner. The tape from the refinery came from this roll. This is the rope from the refinery, and from the bedroom. I like it, partner. You're making connections.
It's the shoe from the bedroom, no question. Which means it's the shoe from the refinery too. Your boy would have a hard time explaining that. If he weren't dead.
It looks like this table's seen a crowd. Something doesn't seem right. We need to know how many wolves are in this pack. See what you can find here. I'll be in touch. There's a whole mess of stuff on the bench. Get some shots, partner. They could tell us something. There's handwriting on this. You might be able to match it. Pete should be able to tell you more, but there's pollen on this. It's useful stuff, because it gets everywhere. We can trace it.
It's from an orchid, Vanilla planifolia, where vanilla scent comes from. And if it was anywhere near here, Burton would smell it.
The pollen's interesting, but there's something else here. Prussic acid. Let's get Pete to have a look at that.
There's nothing on them. Not even a glove smear. No one's touched these cards. It's from a boot. The prints are widely spaced, so it's probably a woman. They've got wider hips. Maybe he's got a lady friend, or maybe your killer's a she. The mud has iron oxide, some carbolic acid, probably from car batteries, and a few trace elements in it. Exactly what you'd expect at a junkyard.
If it looks like a setup and talks like a setup, it's a setup. There weren't 3 people here. We're just looking for one. Someone smart enough to try and mislead us, but not smart enough to pull it off. This is the stuff he used to drug the kids in the refinery. Benzodiazepine. Not quite what the doctor ordered.
It's from that flower, planifolia. Your bottle and glasses came from the same place. And it's not that junkyard. Someone brought them here. Question is, from where? It's the same handwriting as the notes to Sylvia. No question. Look at the loops on the L's.
So Lionel's our stalker. That boy was confused, but he wasn't working alone. Whoever killed him still has Harry, and the money too. We need to know who they are, partner. And we need to know where.
One scrap of nylon says this jacket's been in the kid's bedroom. You might have to spell it out for Burton. It didn't kidnap those kids by itself.
The acid on this jacket. It's the stuff you found in the footprint, the one from the bedroom. You found it on Greta's clothes, too. If you needed any more evidence that Lionel was at the refinery, this is it. I'd rather not force this open. We don't want to disturb evidence. But if you can't find a key, we'll have to break it. Prussic acid. What is that? I'm going to see Pete.
It wasn't the bottle after all. Ever heard of Zyklon B? How about Nazis? Yeah. They used it at Auschwitz, in the gas chambers. The wine's full of it. Exterminators used it as rat killer in the 50s, but it was way, way too toxic. It's basically pure cyanide. Not so easy to lay your hands on now. My guess is someone found an old stash and got creative.
Damn, who poisons someone these days?
Actually, profiling suggests that it's the preferred method of non-violent murder in women aged 35 to 60. Almost 80% use some form of toxin.
Yeah, that's fascinating, Pete, but get back to your little microscopes and beakers. We gotta find that poison.
There's benzodiazepine in this. That same saturated dose.
What do you mean?
Look, maybe this guy's got one hell of a tolerance, James, but I'd say he's been drugging someone.
No prizes for guessing who.
A dose this high doesn't just put his brain to sleep, it puts everything to sleep. Pretty soon his lungs are going to stop working. You better find him quick, mate. The kid's not going to last.
We will. We have to.
This isn't telling me anything. It's nothing... I could be wrong. It's nothing to do with this case.
These drugs you found in the junkyard, they're prescription sleeping pills. He drugged Harry's drink with them. This sort of thing still gets to me. Quite the party. I had Pete check the refractive index on those glasses. They're made by a company in Edinburgh called Thomas Beck. Way too classy for this dope. So what are they doing here?
It's not what Burton thought. It's crushed sleeping pills, but the dose is way too high. It's horsehair. Either our boy's been dyeing stallions yellow in here, or someone's wearing a cheap wig. $82 million to 1. This is the guy from the refinery.
Good. He deserved it. Where's my son?
What were you doing in the Harper building?
You followed me.
For your children's safety, Mr. Bircherman. What were you doing?
Business. The world doesn't stop because you lose someone you love. Where's my son?
That's what we're trying to find out. What do you need from someone like Michael Legna?
Do I strike you as someone who enjoys repeating himself? He's my business partner, nothing more.
To have a partner, you need to be on equal terms.
Don't tell me, my business boy. Partnerships come in many forms.
Said the vulture to the fox.
What does that mean?
You recognize him?
Perhaps I was working with him, is that it? For God's sake, you'd have more luck throwing darts at a map. I dropped the money off like he told me. I didn't even see him.
Like you never saw Michael Legna?
I don't like being followed.
If we thought it necessary, Mr. Bircherman, we would have you followed to the toilet.
You heard what he said.
I heard.
Don't you dare risk my son!
I'm not here to risk anything.
It might be evidence. This isn't telling. Well, it's a nice photo. Sorry, mate, but I don't think this has got anything to do with anything.
It's the same drug in both of these. Benzodiazepine. Sleeping pills.
It's disgusting, but it's not evidence. It's nothing to do with this case. Sorry, mate.
Looks like someone left a present for us inside that cork.
It's a needle from a hypodermic syringe. That's how the rat poison got in the bottle. Not exactly spur-of-the-moment stuff. Someone went to a lot of trouble. Lionel doesn't strike me as the meditative type. Well, it's a nice photo. Are you trying to solve... It might be evidence in another case. I don't think so, mate. Keep shooting. I didn't know people even still use these, but it's the tape that interests me. Any sign of it? Doesn't look like evidence. It could be relevant. Sorry, mate, but I don't think this has got anything to do with anything.